coming gently. Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. This should be should you bake it, but we're skipping ahead one and doing a should you make it because this is very special. We are going to be doing a very special collab with Miss Ree-Ree's Mukbang. So excited. I had to wait a little bit because she went on vacation. Ooh, I can't wait to hear how her vacation went. I believe she just did a video and talked about a little bit about how it was and how she enjoyed it. So I hope she talks about a little bit more about what they got to do while they were on vacation. So I'm very, very excited. Ree found me from a collab I did with Parker Spears, and she reached out to me and subscribed to my channel, and I subscribed back to her, obviously. She is such a sweetheart. Oh my gosh. Talk about someone who is has a comforting, calm, loving, just someone who you would want to sit down and talk with and have a glass of wine and chat with and be girlfriends with and talk on the phone for hours with. And I absolutely love her videos. She is so hilarious, so sweet, and so kind. So, Ree, thank you so much for reaching out to me and wanting to do this collab with me. And thank you to everyone who has done a collab with me, everyone in the mukbang community who has opened their arms to me and welcomed me. I love every single one of you, and I can't thank you all enough. So Ree, thank you so much for doing this collab and for picking this one. This dump and bake meatball casserole looks phenomenal and super freaking easy. And right now, y'all, I could use easy. We will get into that because we both picked a random rant for this video. Y'all, I have the rant of a lifetime. And yes, y'all need Jesus. Not y'all, but, you know, I'm sure we all could think of many people right now who could need Jesus. So we will get into this random rant. But for right now, let's head over here and we will get into the ingredients, and which are very few. Super excited. Again, thank you, Ree. Everett, like always, the ingredients, everything is going to be in the description box below. I will leave her link to her channel in the description box below if y'all don't already know her, which, where have you been? So, and I will also explain why I look like a hot mess. Yes, this is a PJ shirt, and I am going without a bra. Full disclosure here. We will also get into that too. TMI, right? Oh, shit. Oh well. I'm an open book, people. Let's go over here. Now, head into this. Okay guys, for this recipe you are going to need a 9x13 baking dish. You're going to need a box of Rotini. Now, I did have to go to the grocery store, so all they had were garden Rotini, so we have a festive garden Rotini. It calls for either mozzarella or Italian blend, so I got the Italian blend because that was all that was on the shelf. Now, we come to the meatballs. Let's talk about this for a second, guys. It calls for one 14-ounce package of fully cooked mini cocktail-sized meatballs. Y'all, I don't know what the hell they're talking about or where they found that shit, because I didn't find any mini cocktail-sized meatballs, frozen or unfrozen, that was 14 ounce. So, what I'm going to have to do is, I have these meatballs. I'm going to put them together, mix it all together in my large bowl over here. I have a pair of gloves, mix it all together. I have a mini scoop, and also my trusty kitchen scale. So I'm gonna put them all together. We're gonna go over this. I know it's gonna be a lot if I explain it right now, but the gist is I'm gonna mesh all that meatball into one big ball, scoop them out into mini scoops, cook them in my pan here, And then when they're fully cooked, I'm going to measure them out into this 14-ounce shadoodle. I don't know what the hell. Anyway, and then it also calls for one 25-ounce jar of marinara. Y'all, I found 23, I found 24-ounce, I found 32-ounce. Lord is testing me today, y'all. The Lord is testing me. So I got a 24-ounce. So, anyways, those are our ingredients. So, and we're going to have our oven preheated to 425. And we're going to grab some aluminum foil. And that's what we're going to do. So right now, what I'm going to get set up doing is I'm going to pay attention to my bowl over here. Because what I'm going to have to do is stick all my meatball together in this bowl, form it, blah, 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 blah. What's not? So we're going to meet back after, during, I don't know, when I have these meatballs going. Okay, y'all. So I took all the meatballs out, put them in the bowl, and now I'm just going to mesh it all together with my hands. And then with my mini scoop, we're going to scoop out minis, cocktails, size, whatever. As y'all are aware, this whole coronavirus crap going around, pandemonium. Now, me being terminally ill, you know, it you know, does affect me. I'm in that higher bracket of, you know, being susceptible to it, whatnot. Here in Georgia, we have over 100 cases. Where I live, we are at 10 deaths. So it is very scary, I guess you could say. My take on the whole thing, you know, everyone has their own opinion about it. You know, yes, take precautions. Yes, be careful. Should be quarantined to my home, this, that, and the other. So my rant, you guys are not going to believe this. So, if you don't know, I have a central line in my chest where I get all my nutrition by IV access through a line that goes in my chest to my heart. Which means I don't eat. So that's why you don't see me eat any of this. Last Friday, you guys. This is crap that only happens in movies, right? Anyway, so I'm sitting on my my cousin from Atlanta calls me, and we're talking, and it's about 11:30 at night, and I come downstairs because I don't want to wake my husband up, and we're talking, and I come downstairs and I'm sitting on the couch talking, and because we have two cats, how I protect myself from them, you know, I wear a tank top, then I put my line on top of the tank top, I wear a t-shirt, and then I wear a hoodie, so that way they can't get to my line, and whatever. So I come downstairs, and the reason why I haven't uploaded it in a while is because I haven't been feeling good. I've had a low-grade fever and whatnot before this whole coronavirus crap went crazy. And I've been keeping an eye on it and whatnot. So I started getting hot. So I took my hoodie off and I'm sitting on the couch. You know, my line's still covered by my shirt. And I'm sitting there, and one of my cats is a love bug. He loves to come up onto me and knead. And I'm very conscious about where, you know, he's kneading and protecting my line. So I have the blankets pulled up to my chest. And then we're talking, and then his brother comes up, scares the crap out of him. And next thing I know, I feel a yanking on my chest. So I drop the phone and I grab my line because I feel it tugging, and I release his paw from me, and I'm screaming. I'm like, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. She's like, are you okay? And I'm like, I don't know, I don't know. I took her upstairs with me to the bathroom, and I'm like, your ass is staying on the phone with me. I'm scared shitless, you know. And I'm like, dear Jesus, please, Lord, don't let it be. And so I grab the saline, and I push the saline, praying to God, do not let it happen. And I'll be, y'all, I will be a son of a biscuit. I don't know who I pissed off in this lifetime or the previous, but y'all, if that saline did not squirt me in my eye. So that meant that one of his nails had pierced my line. Oh, buddy. I screamed. Of course, my husband jumped out of bed, came running through that bathroom door. He looked at me like I've never seen, like he saw a ghost. And he kind of put to it, I said it was an accident, it was an accident. And he said, are you sure? And I said, yep. I pushed and it squirted him in the eye, and oh my God, you guys. I have been close to death a few times. But that look on his face. Oh boy. So we knew at that point. He got dressed real quick, and I got a bag together because we knew and this is midnight at this point, I had to go to the ER. And my main focus was, I could not believe this was happening. I could not believe 1,000,000 to 1 that one of his nails had gone through my line. And his focus was, we have to go to an ER full of sick people with all this going on. So we both had different focuses at this point in time. And we get to the ER. We're semi-quarantined at the door. It was just a few questions, you know. Are you sick? Do you have a fever? Okay, go ahead. You know, everyone has masks on. Anyway, so I know my issue probably isn't as big as some of the people that are in there, you know, who are probably really sick and whatnot. I'm just there for a line change. So I know I'm going to be there a while. That's fine. And then they finally take me back to the end of a dark hall in a room that looked like it hadn't been in for a while. And sure enough, I look at the board and, you know, the last date was Wednesday. I'm like, oh, great. So I'm there for a long, long time. And if you're someone who is chronically ill, such as myself, there are some people who are like me. Now, being, you know, terminally ill and whatnot, I don't take pain meds, even though I'm in pain every day. I don't like pain meds. I don't like the way they make me feel. But I have an extreme high tolerance to pain meds. Most of my family is like this as well. And being that I have had many procedures, many, and this line change is probably, oh, I'm gonna say close to my 20th line change, for numerous reasons. Clotting, I've had lines clot on me many times, so this isn't my first rodeo. So the ER doctor comes in and she, you know, says, okay, this is what happened, okay. Now I'm explaining to her, you know, I have a high tolerance for sedation because they do moderate sedation. Now, if you've had a colonoscopy, it's the same sedation. They do a conscious sedation for this. And I explained to her, she said, oh, yeah, absolutely. Many people have the same issues. I will make a note in your chart. I say, okay, thank you so much, because most people will not listen to me. And they also sedate you going off of your weight. Now, that does not work for me either, because you go off my weight, that does not work. Because what happens with me, most of the time, and I warn them as well, I will grab, now a doctor does not do this procedure, it's a radiologist. This is done in interventional radiology. So I have grabbed the radiologist because they do not listen to me when I say, I feel you cutting me open with a scalpel and I feel you ripping out my line. And they don't believe me, so I told her, and she said, absolutely, I will note it, we will take care of you. And I said, thank you so much for listening to me. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. So, at this point, it's almost 1 o'clock. I have to be admitted to a floor because interventional radiology is not in until the next day. Perfectly fine. I tell my husband, go home. You're tired, go home, and I will call you when I'm done. He did not want to go home. I said, honey, we have been through this so many times. No big deal. So he finally went home after some arguing. And I go up to the floor. Now, my veins. Another issue. I have no veins. I tell them, I don't care who you are, how many years of experience you have. Please listen to me. When I tell you, no wrists, no hands, you will not get them. I promise you this. Sure enough, I have 30 years experience. They are the ones that call me when they can't get a vein. I promise you, I will get it. Sure. You want to go? Go ahead and have a go at it. But I can promise you this. It's going to end up with my veins being blown, me crying, me being hurt, you wasting a vein. Y'all, I can't begin to tell you how, you know, a lot of people have heard a lot of good things about Emory in Atlanta, Georgia. I did not go to Emory. I went to a closer one to me, and they are just as bad. I just wish when you go to the hospital and you are chronically ill and you have to constantly deal with things. Now, I know this was an accident, but I'm not talking about just this incident. When you have to constantly go and be treated for different things, and you tell them, you know your body, you know your veins, you know that you're going to be hurt, and please don't, that they would listen, you know, because it's just so heartbreaking, and they don't realize the trauma mentally that it causes you. And yeah, so I'm telling them, please don't do this. And I beg, and I know a lot of people are going to say, what? I beg for them to use my jugular. I do. And I have begged for people to use the top of my foot. And of course they always say, no, we can't do that. No, we can't. That's our last option. And I'm telling you, no, that's your only option. But no, nobody listened. So that ended up with, I don't know if you can see in the lighting, that being blown, that being blown, that being blown, that one being blown. And you guys, well, I can't show you, but a vein in my hip underneath my underwear being blown. So yeah, that happened, and they couldn't get a vein, they couldn't find a vein. So that was that adventure with a vein. They never got a vein. Anyway, so I ended up going back finally to interventional radiology. It was it was a living nightmare. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to speak about it just yet, because I have contacted an attorney about this procedure, but that did not go so well. So if I look like a hot mess, it's because I'm in a lot of pain. But back to the recipe and better things. So I have my mini meatballs. Look at those babies. Aren't they beautiful? So I'm going to, in my skillet over here, I'm going to bake these because they have to be fully cooked. So I'm going to fully cook these guys, and then we will come back to further the recipe. If you guys could only smell this. Okay guys, so we have all of our minis cooked. Look at the babies. Now, I did cheat. We kind of have 14.6. What are you going to do? Nothing. We're going to add more. So, first step, we have our 9 by 13. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to grab our uncooked rotini garden. If you don't have garden, whatever you're going to do. Bob's your uncle. Throw it over there. We don't care. Okay, now, I didn't put this in the beginning only because I wanted to grab hot. 3 cups of water. Now, check this out, guys. I'm going to put most, but save some. I'm going to show you why. I have a trick. Now, we're going to grab our marinara, which is 24, not 25. Why? Because I don't have 25. That's why. So, put our marinara in here. Now, like all jars, cans, you always have leftover. I always tell you guys, I do not waste any ingredient. So, I reserved some water. Why? Because we are going to plop it in our jar. That much should do you. Pour the rest in. Okay? What are we going to do with this? Put the lid on. Shake it. Ow. Look at that. Put it in. Look at that, guys. It's all used. We did not waste a single thing. See? I am brilliant, you guys. Absolutely brilliant. Okay. We are going to stir all of this together. Can you believe that? Why am I just now finding this recipe, you guys? I don't know. Well, okay, I didn't just find it. This was in my Facebook memories from 4 years ago. And when I was talking to Ree, and I shot her a bunch of ideas. And this is the one she picked. And thank you, Ree, so much for picking this, sweetheart, because this is absolutely beautiful. So few ingredients, guys, so few. And because my mind is not here, we are missing the star ingredient because I am a goober. What will we be without our little meatballs? Let's pop these bad boys in here. I'm going to make a mess if I just throw them in here right now. So, let's just, well, you know what? I got time for this. Get in there. Okay. Now we're good. Now we're good. Stir this all together. Cover with foil. Plop it in your oven. 425, guys. And we're going to bake for 35 minutes. Okay, it has just been 35 minutes and my wonderful husband actually took this out of the oven for me and put it in for me. Thank goodness. So, at this point what we are going to do is we are going to remove the foil carefully. Oh. Instagram, eat your damn heart out. Hails to the MF, yeah. Look at that, guys. Can you freaking take a look at that? Give me a second here. Look at that. Holy mother of Jesus. Oh, thank God for tripods because I would be shaky AF. So now what it says to do is stir and check to see if your noodles, those two, are al dente. And I got 2 forks. Oh, yeah, they are beautifully al dente. Have a fork fight. Ree, you have to have a fork fight. That's the only way to do that. So, put those aside. Stir. Look how beautiful it looks, you guys. I mean, honestly. I'm going to suggest you guys use the garden rotini. Otherwise, it's not going to look as beautiful as mine. Okay? Get the garden rotini. So, I'm going to stir this about. And then we are going to top it with the 2 cups of either Mott's or the Italian blend. I got the Italian blend, guys, like I said, only because that's what was left on the shelf. Because we're all a freaking mess here. So, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stir this a bit. Because it's a little stuck to the side with the marinara. Oh my gosh, you guys. I was telling my husband, I think this is going to become a new staple in our house. Because, number one, the few ingredients that it did take a lot because I couldn't find the freaking stupid mini meatballs that were prepared pre-cooked, whatever. But if I did find pre-cooked, but here's the thing. Another rant. Ree, we're going on rant. Look at that. Ree's Random Rants. Oh my gosh, Ree. Seriously, I just patented that for you. You need to have a series in your mukbang, Ree's Random Rants. Honey, do it. I love it. So, with that package of meatballs that I found, I was telling my husband, I thought of a million new things to do with that. Since I had to place it in the bowl, combine it all together, you know what? I could crumble that, or I could do the same thing, make a bunch of mini meatballs like I did, put that in, obviously, spaghetti, or because it's Italian, it smells like Italian sausage, to be honest with you, so I could do that for, breakfast burritos. I could do that spaghetti. I could do it for chili. I could make these into Italian meatball subs. So, honestly, you know what? And that was a great value brand, guys. So, you know what? I'm going to be getting that. And for $6, oh my gosh. I'm going to be getting that from now on and using that in a bunch of different recipes. So, I'm glad that I found that, and that was the only thing left on the shelf. So, you know what? Thank you, idiots, for leaving that on there and becoming mine. Okay, so stir it about. Get it loose from the sides because it kind of crusted on the sides. We're going to pat her down. And I kind of wanted to dispense some meatballs evenly because you kind of want each bite to have a meatball in it. So that's kind of what I'm going for here. So let's kind of push her down. Hunker down here, meatballs. Oh look, we got a bunch here. Flip that around. Get. Scoocher. Make it beautiful. Instagram ready. Get her for her close-up video. Oh, look, isn't that fucking stunning? Shit howdy. Suck on that one time, boy. Hell yeah. Okay, we're done playing with our freaking food. Pardon me. As I reach out. Grab our chesse. Focus. Thank you. Pop her on here. Sprinkle her on. I'm sure you don't want to stand here and watch me sprinkle cheese on the damn top of this. Yeah, look at that crap. It barely even covered it. So I'm going to go into my fridge and I'm going to grab, the only other cheese I have is a Mexican blend. But you know what? When in doubt, use what you got. So I'm going to go in, grab that cheese, and I'm going to cover this bad boy like it should be covered. And then we'll be back. Okay, now that's more like it. That's covered. I'm going to say 4 cups. 4 cups is a good amount. Okay guys, so it is out of the oven. It took only 6 minutes to get the cheese all melted because the pasta was already al dente. If it wasn't, then you just leave it in the oven a little longer to get the noodles too al dente. And yeah, the cheese is gooey. It says, you know, optional, add some parsley and all that fun fancy bull crap to the top. I just added a sprinkling of Italian seasoning to the top. You don't have to. I think it's just there for looks, shits, and giggles. It smells absolutely phenomenal. It was a lot of fun. You know, the extra added work to do the meatballs, but all in all, I'd say this is an absolutely should you make it. I had a lot of fun doing it. Well, you know, given the circumstances, but I definitely will be making it again, and I think you should. My husband's had a chance to try a little bit. I kind of, he's still eating it. He just got home from work. I kind of said, you know, would you mind shoving your face real quick, just tell him how it tastes. But
I'm shoving it.
he is.
That's real good.
And you can also go over, obviously, you're going to head over to Ree's channel, and she'll do the mukbang portion, obviously. But,
So that's what you gotta do. You gotta get a little bit of everything in the bite.
yeah, because the meatballs are absolutely encased
Yeah, by the
in the cheese.
big old focus.
I don't think it's going to focus.
Nah, too close. There we go. Meatball, cheese, noodles, and in the mouth.
Like Carrie Blaze would say, in the face hole.
It's really good though. That's a winner.
Winner, winner.
Winner, winner, pasta dinner.
Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this virtual collab. Again, thank you so much, Ree, for doing this, and I hope you had a great vacation. And I can't wait to see what you thought of it and how yours turned out. Thank you guys so much for coming and welcoming me into your community. And please, guys, always do it before you do it, because you might learn some cool new tips and tricks on how you guys can do it. Thank you from my kitchen to yours. Mwah.